Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. Persevere. Persevere. And I'm going to tell you what, with that word, there's a term I've used for decades. And actually the word wasn't persevere, though the meaning of the term is very similar to perseverance, so I'll use it for this one. And the reason I'm not going to give you that term is at some point I'll get around to copywriting or trademarking rather, the particular term I've always used. I've used it since the early 90s. First started using it while I was working out, running and all of that stuff. And I've used it for other things, used it for other aspects of my life. But instead of using that term, we'll substitute for this video, persevere. Persevere. Like, persevere just means you're going to just keep going in the face of obstacles. And that's one of the things I've done in life personally, and people who succeeded have done. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. When something bad is happening, you're going through a bad time, you have to persevere. You have to persevere. Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible. But persevere. Persevere. Just keep going. You just got out of a bad relationship. You feeling low. Indeed, you might need to have some people around you on a suicide watch. It can get that deep. Persevere. As I always say, if you can open your eyes, you can still make it through life. Persevere. Like, no matter what you're going through. Like I said, I used it when I was working out. I first started using it because, trust me, I remember I was running. I had to do body weight exercises. I had to train in running. And yeah, it was tough. You were breathing, but I would just say persevere. Another term, actually, but like I said, I got to trademark it first before I use it publicly. And the thing is, but persevere is still the same thing. When I would be lifting, you're doing those lifts, you're doing those reps, and you're supposed to do 8 to 12. I always did 10. You at number 9, you're like, but then I was like, persevere. Persevere, because you want to program yourself to keep going, to take that extra step, to go that extra mile. Even with, like I say, in life situations, you want to keep going. Like, one of my main things is being a writer. There's many times, I'm writing a story or something, and I had to persevere to get through that story. You're just like, oh man, what am I going to do? Because when you say that to yourself, when you use that term or whatever you want to use, I would strongly suggest finding a term that keeps you going. That keeps you going, a word, a statement, something, a phrase, something to keep going. You could call it keep fighting, keep it moving, something that will get you through it. Because what it does is it's going to program you. It's going to program you to take the steps that you got to take. It's going to give you that extra energy. You're telling yourself, no, I'm going to finish this. I'm going to get through what I have to get through. You might be going through school or something. It's tough. It's tough. Persevere. You could be in the services, getting through boot camp. Persevere. Persevere. Whatever the challenge is. You could be going through some serious mental health issues. Persevere. You can always get better. I want y'all to remember that. Just keep going. Because, look, life, it'd be a great place if we're in a utopia and everything went well. Everything was going well. But as we know, we're not in a utopia. We're in a real world. We're going through some things. And it can be tough. Sometimes it doesn't look good. I can speak personally. I use that, there's a term I use when I'm working out. but just persevering when I've gone through some bad times. Now, people might look at everything I'm doing now and what I got now. They're like, hey, Rom, you're doing great. Yeah, I don't know how long I had to persevere. I had to persevere. I mean, shoot. Even doing these videos, I'm going to tell you what, even doing these videos on Sunday, because I get the fewest views on these videos, the fewest reactions. And there was a point I was going to actually stop doing these videos. On Sundays anyway, the Sunday morning simulcast videos. I was actually going to stop. I was like, nobody's really watching it, or very few people watch it and everything. But then I met these two young men. They were twins at a self-improvement summit down in Atlanta. And they said, one of them was saying how a video really helped him through a bad time. Just one particular video. So I persevere. So even on this, I'm persevering. Trust me, it'd be a lot easier. It'd be a lot easier. It'd be one less video I have to film every week. Makes it easier. But I persevere with it because I know it's helping people. You got to stick with it. You got to keep going. And even in persevering, you'll figure out a way to solve an issue. It might seem tough, but when your mind is in the mode of, I have to solve this issue, I have to finish this, you'll find a way to do it. You'll find the solution. You'll find the strength to run that extra mile, to lift that extra weight. You'll find the strength to work those extra hours of overtime because you need it. You'll find you'll persevere in getting that job because you absolutely need it. You don't give up. You don't give up. Persevere. Now, I'm using that word, but you can use whatever word you like. Like I said, I'm not giving the term I actually use because I still have to trademark it. It's that deeper term. It's that deeper term. And you know what? It's like one of those terms, the term I actually use for myself, for my own edification. I've never used it publicly. You can go over every single video I've done, every single article I've written, going back to the 1990s, every book, and I've never used that particular term. That's how important it is. Because, well, the business side of me thinking, hey, I can create a whole business just off of that term. That's why I said I got trademark. And anybody who's gone through the trademark process knows, oh, you can't just say, oh, here's this term. There's a lot. So I got to plan a whole lot around it because I can create a whole mini industry based off that one term. But for the time being, persevere. Because I'm persevering with that. Persevere to get through life. Use whatever term you want. Like I said, keep it moving, keep fighting, something. Rosebud. Whatever term you want to use. If it gets you through life, it gets you through those tests, those lessons, use it. Persevere. Yeah, have a great day today. Meditate on what I'm saying. Keep rising and transforming. Peace, y'all.